Hello friends, Cowboy Joe Boo here, reporting live from my sports desk here in Northern Virginia. The latest news on the Cowboys, well, actually it's not the Cowboys, it's really the NFL Network. They've suspended Brian Baldinger for saying that the Philadelphia Eagles should put a bounty out on Zeke Elliott. And we have some high praise from the guys at PTI. Those homers never, and I mean never, say anything nice about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go to that tape. But before we do, I want to thank all of you guys for following along with the Joe Boo Report and subscribing. And if you haven't yet, the picture over there with me and Sean Lee, click on it so that way you can be part of the Joe Boo Report. Let's go to the tape.
Looking for Tony.
That's $1 million.
Too bad people weren't really watching in the numbers they used to, but this Dak Prescott kid kept the Cowboys.
Dak Prescott
rolling.
Dak.
Despite an end zone interception, okay, threw one, and a shaky completion percentage, who cares? Prescott tied the game with a touchdown pass late in the fourth, won it with a touchdown pass at OT. Jerry Jones says Romo isn't quite ready, so Prescott will be allowed to stay for another week with the team he's now led to a 7-1 record. Tone, did the great finish to a less than stellar game raise your opinion of young Prescott?
I think that great quarterbacks are measured by one statistic, and that's wins. That's all that matters. Did you win the game? I happen to like, because you don't always get an easy game, I like fourth quarter comebacks. Here's what this kid did. When he needed to, he threw the tying touchdown pass, and then he threw the winning touchdown pass. That's
won the game.
Yeah, that's the important thing. So I know that Jerry Jones is saying now that Tony Romo will come back in when he's ready. Here's what I expect to happen. I expect him to call Tony Romo into his office and take a claw hammer and hit him in the collar.
No, he's not going to do that.
Hit him in the collar.
He's going to call Tony in and say, Tony, we're going to be in business. We're going to have lots of Ford and Chevy dealerships.
Jerry Jones
isn't
stupid.
Anymore.
He's not.
No, he's not. He's not going to ruin this.
No,
because you get a certain chemistry with your team,
right.
and it's led by the quarterback, Tony, who seems he can fire it when he needs, he can float it when he needs, he can move when he needs. So
also got Ezekiel
and you know
Elliott.
who reminds me of? He has Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, that's important.
You know who he reminds me of? Roger Staubach. That's who he reminds me of. I don't have to go to Russell Wilson. I don't have to go to the racial narrative.
Yeah, no,
I can go to a guy who he actually
He's one of the
reminds
all-time
me of.
greats.
Roger the Dodger.
Yeah, he's one of the all-time greats.
Young Roger.
We may be making too much of this whole thing in this regard. You pretty much need two quarterbacks. One guy gets hurt. Tony Romo proves
8 games.
that you need to.
You don't want this kid to get hurt, but he could.
There's Brady, there's Rodgers, there's Breeze,
That
who
stay.
never seem,
Every week they play.
never seem to get
Everybody
hurt.
else goes out.
They do. They do.